join us for the final part of our Senna vs 720S series, where we're going to find out which is the most fun on circuit. It really doesn't get any better than this, a twin test in which the 710 bhp £250,000 supercar is the slow one. This is going to be one to remember. So far in this series, we've found out the Senna is quicker to 100 and back to 0. It beats the 720S around a lap of Anglesey by more than 2 seconds. And if you head over to our McLaren Sound Clash, you can vote on which one sounds better.
But listen, we can look at numbers and data all day long. What I want to know is which one of these two cars is more fun to drive on circuit. That's what matters to me. That Senna is 3.5 times more expensive than this 720S. 3.5 times. Okay, it's not going to be 3.5 times more fun to drive, but if you're paying that much more money, you want a more exciting driving experience, don't you? So, starting out in the 720S, these cars are so good. They really are explosive performance. 710 horsepower, foot down, bang, it explodes out of the corner. It feels relentlessly fast, and it doesn't have the crazy aero that Senna has got. So it keeps on pulling where that Senna starts to slow down. This keeps on pulling hard and hard.
The 4-litre V8 engine produces 710 bhp with the help of 2 turbos. So what's it like on track?
In these really tight, slow corners, second gear, so the engine drops below 4,000 RPM, and that's when it feels a bit boosty, a bit laggy. You need more than 4,000 RPM, and then, my God, it comes alive and it thumps you out of corners. Gorgeous steering in this car. McLaren get that right, they really do. Pinpoint steering, perfect weight, really good feel. You feel exactly how much grip there is, and that means you can use all of the grip with confidence. And the steering wheel itself is a gorgeous thing to use. Church corner, scary fast, right-hander. Really have to grow a pair for that corner. Whew, and this kink through here as well. Such a fast bit of track, but the car feels so stable. And then immediately we're into a really tight sequence where the car is agile. Through these really tight corners, you start to sense the limit of grip at the front axle.
The 720S comes on Pirelli P0 coursers, and compared to the Senna, which is on super sticky Trofeo Rs, the 720S doesn't have quite the same tarmac pulling grip.
I'm not going to say the car understeers like a pig, it doesn't, but you start to feel the front axle just wash slightly, but at least you can feel it. And you can drive the car right up to that point and no further. The car's got such a sweet balance. So you know when the front axle is loaded up, the rear axle is right there with it, and the car feels planted. It's got so much grip. And when you get the car working at the limit of grip, it's adjustable, it's controllable, it's playful. Whew. What a thing.
The 720 doesn't have a race mode like the Senna, but the body is planted. This car has such good body control.
So we're in track mode for the powertrain and also for the chassis, and in that mode the body is just so flat. Honestly, this car is spectacularly fast, massively entertaining to drive. How good is that Senna going to be?
So what do we want to see from the Senna? If the 720 is that good, the more extreme car is going to have to be more thrilling, more grippy, more immediate, faster everywhere, more exciting, more challenging. It's a very tall order.
Into the Senna, and we're straight into race mode, because if you're driving on track, you're going to drive in race mode, aren't you? And immediately, it's a completely different animal to that 720S. It's so loud, and it's so raw. It's a more physical car to drive. It's almost completely overwhelming. It blows your mind with how fast it is, how loud it is. It feels like the engine is in the cabin with you, rather than behind a firewall. It's so noisy.
The engine in the Senna is an uprated version of the same 4-litre V8 in the 720S, and it now produces 789 bhp.
So we've got 10% more horsepower than that 720, a big chunk less weight, and so the car does feel more violently accelerative. It does feel faster, but not by a huge amount. And as I said, in the 720, that car's bodywork is so slippery. So when you get up to higher speeds, it keeps piling on the speed. Whereas this thing has got massive wings hanging off it that generate so much drag that once you're into 3-figure speeds, it doesn't accelerate any faster than that 720. Like that car, it's a boosty engine. It's got 200 horsepower per litre. So you need 4,000 RPM again before it really starts going, and then bang, it just bumps you on the road. Wow, it's so fast. The steering, sharper, more physical, more feelsome, more precise. It's sensational.
What about the grip? Those Trofeo R tyres are stickier than the 720's coursers, with a much softer compound and a more aggressive tread pattern.
So we've got more mechanical grip. And we've also got 800 kilos of downforce. So through the quick stuff, my God, it's absolutely pinned. The thing is, this car has got the aero of a GT racing car. It's got loads more power than any GT racing car. It's got great traction. It's got amazing braking performance. Ooh, just hauls you down from big speeds so fast. What it doesn't have is the mechanical grip of a slick tyre. Everything about this car is so motorsport that you just feel desperate to put a set of slick tyres on it, because in these corners, these second and third gear corners, you don't have the otherworldly front end grip that you expect the car to have. There is just a little bit of push in it. Through there we go, there I can feel the front end washing out. It's because it's a road legal tyre, but through here, through Church, mega fast, 4th gear, coming out at 100 miles an hour. The grip is incredible.
In race mode, with the car so low to the track that huge splitter could shave a layer of tarmac away from the surface, the Senna is so immediate, so tightly controlled.
God, the car's so agile through there. It feels so light, no inertia in it at all. It gets to an apex so quickly. Wow. My God, this might be the most exciting road legal car I've ever driven. It's something else. I've driven a McLaren P1 around this very circuit. I thought that was a monster of a car. This thing makes it feel like a pussycat, honestly. This is another level altogether. It really is. Way more raw, way quicker around the lap, more intense, more physical. Even in race mode, that P1 was playful. It could be a slidey, drifty car. This thing really doesn't feel like that at all. This thing feels like a monster. It feels like it wants to hurt you. It's so physical. What a machine. It's a complete head scrambler. You have to work so hard to stay on top of it. Oh, the performance there, that thump you get in the back. And then the braking performance. Oh, what a machine. I don't want to take anything away from that 720S because it's a stunning car. This is something else altogether. Wow.
Even in the #blessed life of an Autocar road tester, days like these don't come around very often. The 720S is such an impressive car. but the Senna is more remarkable still. I just wanted to keep on driving to get more and more out of it, to try and get somewhere near its limits.
Yes!
We upload videos to Autocar's YouTube channel every week. Subscribe now and you won't miss a single one.